Hello, are you out there? It's Mark with Redo Over, and we are back to our Galactic 4 in-depth tutorial thing. We'll jump right in. Where we left off is our war with the Torians, in particular, and to a lesser degree, the Altarians. Now, over here in Xeno sector, we had used space portal artifact essentially to transport a fleet to a random location in the galaxy. There had been two fleets there, and at the time I was confused. Apparently, it was a 14 ship fleet, 14, and a 9 ship fleet stacked on top of each other. I saw the 14. The 14 disappears as the 9 left. So I'm sitting there going, what, did it just teleport half the fleet? No, apparently there were just two fleets, I think, is what happened. I haven't really watched the replay, but that's my impression. What I find is super, and that was kind of like over in this area. You can see we lost one of our ships here. But the super interesting thing is we found that Altarian fleet, Altara's fleet X, or 10. 14 ships. It's only 99 hit points. It's got a lot of hit power, rocking in at 123.6 down here, 98 defense. So it's beefed up, but it's something we should be able to take out, but we have to be cautious, without a doubt. Right now, I believe we are sieging. Well, these guys aren't sieging because they don't have any siege ships, but this would probably be the fleet to take care of that fleet. Now, I see they are doing repairs right now. Let's just make sure none of our important flagships are damaged to any great degree. Going across. Now, they look like they're in pretty good shape. So I would say this would be the fleet we take out that fleet with. Currently, we're just using Ico's Fleet 7 to destroy a starbase shipyard that Toria might make. We're trying to keep their shipyards annihilated here at Tolemon and at Toria, so they can't make any new ships. And in fact, here I see Tolemon Shipyard 2 has just popped up. They're making a Dolphin right now, while the Ico's Fleet 9 is sieging the planet. So if we click in there, 3 months remaining on the siege, perfect. We don't want them to be interrupted. So the few things we want to take care of is keeping the war going against the Torians. We want to eradicate that Altarian fleet. And the third thing was we had gained an extra orbital around all of our planets. I think maybe because of a culture pick. So if I click in here, yeah, every one of our worlds has an extra orbital. Now, that could have been a technology that got that for us, in which case I wish I remembered. It's probably a technology. I don't think we got it through the culture tree. I guess we could check that real quick. We are individualists. Yeah. You can see we have 7 of the 9 individualist traits at this point. Looks like we're closing in on our final 2. But yeah, if I mouse over real quick, no orbital. No orbital. Policy slot, but not an orbital. No orbital. No orbital. +1 orbital upgrade slot to every planet. So maybe that was it. Maybe that private property right is what got it for us. That's actually a pretty powerful cultural trait then. So we're going to look at those as well. But let's jump into the exciting action-y part real quick. And then I want to make sure, I want to go through all my colonies as well and make sure they're, in general, set up building the right thing. So we'll take a look at that as well. But yeah, listen, this fleet should crush that fleet. We should annihilate them without mercy. Now, the trick is I'm going to come in and I'm going to stop just short of them, and we are going to fire some missile and beam volleys, trying to soften up, taking out a couple of those small fighters or frigates. Usually you can take 1 or 2 of them out with each... Oh, that's out of our range. We only have a 1.5 hex radius on that. So that's fine. But we took 1 ship out. So if we can keep track of them next turn, we will hunt them down like filthy blue dogs and destroy them. So that's that. Now, I did notice that this shipyard is completed. I want to destroy it. I wouldn't want the Dolphin to pop out of here, Torian warship, that then attacks our siege and interrupts the siege we have going on here at Tolemon. So can we divert these folks? Yeah, they have enough shot power. Oh, wait, well, no, they don't. Oh, crap. They have no shot power. We have one cruiser. I take that out. We have a single cruiser in there with 2 transports, which each are loaded with one of our populations. The ship is destroyed. The population's theoretically destroyed as well. So if I remap this ship, if I just mouse over us, no casualties, them total loss. Yeah, we're going to jump in. We're going to destroy that damn thing. Quick battle. Please don't lose a ship. Those are valuable ships we're sending in there. That worked. Did we take any significant damage? Cruiser lost 6 of 78 hit points. Our other ships weren't touched. That worked really well. I'm pleased. No complaints. That being said, I think we should get this invasionary fleet up towards Toria. Because as we look around here, folks, we're down to just a couple of core worlds. Like, listen, we could invade the Deep. We could invade Pearl. We could invade Shara. But really, I think we just need to take out the core worlds to win this. Now, Tolemon is going to fall in 3 turns. Titus 1 is going to fall in 3 turns. So yeah, let's have this fleet invade Toria. Now, I want to be cautious, though. I don't want to get them so close that the Altaris fleet could counterattack them and destroy those rare ships. So I see their movement on that Altaris fleet is 8 moves, plus I have to assume they could fire a missile volley, say 3 hexes. So I want to keep this fleet about 11 hexes away. So if I just count it out real quick, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so as long as we're on this side of Toria, we should be safe. So we're going to send them right in. And also, of course, we got to keep them out of the range of that military starbase. Okay. No big deal. We're out of that range right now, but let's take it this way around the sun. That military starbase could do some serious damage to us. So I think everything is kind of where we want it to be for the military ships. Let's jump in and cycle through all of our planets. So we'll just do this alphabetically, and we're going to do 2 things. We're going to click on the planet here. It's going to show us the orbital options, and then we'll go into the planet and just make sure the building stuff looks really good. So this is a little bit of shopkeeping. What are you good at right now? I see Lulu Borealis in general has generated quite a bit of influence. Okay, that's cool. The more of this territory we have, the more our tourism pays out to us. So we can increase this credits quite a bit. Now we're running a heavy deficit of -85, but that's because the Yor paid us a big lump sum of 6,000. So we can run in a deficit for like 5 years at this point. But I would love to increase our credits. But let's just take a quick look at what we could gain here at Alula. There's all sorts of awesome options, and we don't need food, obviously. I could see Planetary Beacon would help boost the cultural growth off that planet. Yeah, let's do that for now. And for the other one, what else would be useful? Space Elevator. Yeah, that's just going to give them a +1 to mineral input. We want them to grow faster. Let's do it. Boom. Now, it's easy to change out these orbitals in the future if we need to. If something's going wrong, we can always destroy one and repurpose it. But yeah, that's right. This is becoming our research world. We're not trying to grow population here. So for the time being, let's get it built out. And at some point in the future, we might switch out that orbital for a research orbital. But I think that looks good for now. Let's go to Alula Borealis 2. We have a Thulium moon here, which we've had for quite a while. And as I look across this, what do you guys do that's particularly good? See, I wish it would give me the pop-up here. It doesn't. It doesn't give me the pop-up here. Let's jump into the world first, and then we'll pop out of there. What do we got going on? Heavy manufacturing. Interesting. I can see it's shaped up pretty well, and they're actually completing some terraforming projects. I don't really know what we're going to do with this place. Possibly grow populations? Sure. Once the terraforming's done, we should be able to get a lot of pop and farming stuff. Maybe a little bit more manufacturing down here off these gears down in the south. Quite a bit of options there. So, that being said, let's jump in. I think with this one, yeah, we could go with something that would aid in pop growth. Colonization Center is a flat plus 15% to pop growth. However, the recruiting station is a very nice, beefy plus 20. Now you got to think that a lot of your pops are going to be growing. Each pop is going to be producing, if I mouse over here, a growth of minus 0.3 growth. Why? Because you're plagued? Because you're a horrible plagued person? Oh my gosh. Are they all plagued? So here's a common Torian giving us a +1 to growth. That's their input to population growth, right? That they're doing their duty, if you know what I'm talking about. the horizontal duty of procreation, biologically. But our plagued people, in particular, Guinea here. Guinea, that's a cool name. Is it a -3? Well, that's not true. I see it in 2 spots. She is adding her +1, but then the plagued is obviously adding a -0.3 to it. So whatever. This is where I'm really getting with this. If each of these standard pops yields a +1, then the 9 of them give a +9 altogether. So if you could get a recruiting station on the planet at +20, that's more than twice the effect of all of our pops combined right now. As we look at this, I see +25%. Minister gives a +26%. Naturally gives a +25%. Thulium Moon is a -50% because it's really polluting to have Thulium Moon. Okay, pollution -5. So yeah, we're working off of a growth per month of 7.8 modified by those percentages. So if we just make the recruiting station, that makes the base, instead of being around 8, 28. We're going to get a lot more growth out of the percentages. So that's the logic behind something like the recruiting station. I think the recruiting station is almost always a better choice than the colonization center, in my humble opinion. Also, colonization center requires 1 Durantium and 100 credits, but the recruiting station just requires 100 credits, no Durantium. We're taking it. We're going to build that there. Fantastic. Let's jump over to Alulu Borealis 3 real quick. They are specializing in not really anything. It looks like they're going to go for a little population growth boom as well. They've got the proper structure here of planetary generator, store port, and supply depot. Looks good. They got a decent amount of production going. I'll let that ride for the time being. But yeah, orbital market for a little wealth, planetary beacon for a little bit of influence, and let's get them the recruiting station as well. This actually makes a lot of sense because we have a very limited amount of Duranium right now. So probably better that we're not going too nuts on the orbitals we're making. Let's jump into Earth. Earth doesn't really specialize. Well, I guess they specialize in research. That's a lot of research. Holy cows. It's actually fun. We're going to have a lot of terraforming options for Earth, and we can change the general shape of Earth. Look, this wonderful Europe-Asia super squished together Eurasia is going to get blended together with North America, Central America to South America, and Africa is just going to get built out into the Atlantic. We're going to take South America and Africa, and we're going to put them back together again. If you ever look on a map. So that's how you know science is real, folks. Let's look at the pictures. So, research? Oh, they have the Orbital Research Lab. That's good. Well, then let's just keep it simple. Let's just get them a recruiting station. Boom. Okay, next planet, Iconia. Iconia is our blend between primarily manufacturing with a bit of research. What don't they do good? I mean, Iconia is freaking amazing. Look at they're hammering out these hex improvements in 1 turn apiece, which was our goal. Was that we would be able to rearrange anything on Iconia at a rate of 1 hex per turn to just reform it and get it exactly as we want, as quick as we want. So Iconia is developing. I guess that's a lesson, is when you hit about 100 manufacturing, these common hex improvements at 75 construction or 50 construction, you can just turn by turn just spit them out. So she's looking really nice. Now, when we jump into... Oh, her orbital improvements are done, actually. Hold on. And they look like decent ones. Influence growth kind of makes sense for Iconia because it's near to this other sector of space. That's helping to push this forward, expanding our influence. So Iconia is good. We'll move on here. We're jumping to Kratos 1. They are doing a good amount of food, moderate amount of food, and a lot of pop growth. So I see they have a ton of headroom here. And in general, yeah, let's see if we can help them with, in particular, the recruiting station. This will work really well there. They have the headroom on PopCap, and it's going to go really bonkers. I would love to see how much humanity or well, biology we can pack onto Kratos 1. Ship to Kratos 2. This is our food producer. Yes, this world is primarily responsible for pumping out massive amounts of food, way more than we need. But the way it's set up, it's kind of the only planetary food producer we need to have. I like that. Now, you might sit there and say, well, yeah, you should never build an agricultural district on any world except your one farming world. I've heard that there is a policy you can get that will convert excess food into credits, like you sell your surplus. We don't have access to that. That being said, an agricultural district is good for more than just the food production. If you look, it very specifically gives you a +2 adjacency to food and a +2 adjacency to population. So the really clever way to use an agricultural district would be to drop it in a hex surrounded by 6 population hexes, right? Housing districts, or next year, your core world capital, office of control, colonial clinic, all these other really important growth things. So for instance, like this tile would actually be a really good place to put an agricultural district. It's going to give you +2, +2, and then around it, you would build more housing districts. Food for thought. But it looks like we are growing very hard with population here. We don't need more food, obviously. The surplus is kind of insane at this point. You can see we have no farmers over here, which is fine, but we want the population to keep going. So that's Kratos 2. What do they got there? Atmospheric cleaner. That's probably smart since they do grow food there. But yeah, let's jump in and we will give them the recruiting station as well. Kratos 4 specializes in manufacturing. Good. And actually, I say they have a decent amount of influence. A few influence buildings up here. Yeah, Temple of Whispers, Beacon of Babylon, cultural districts. Yeah, they do quite a bit with that. I would actually love to just pop in something that will boost up that influence there. +2 to influence for a cultural district. Let's do it, and we'll get those adjacency bonuses going nicely. But when we pop out of here, we would want to boost influence. Sure. Maybe pop growth. They have headroom for additional pop. So let's just take a look at what they got. Promethean Refinery. Planetary Beacon's already there for the cultural influence. Space Elevator's there for production. Negatives to pollution. So yeah, we're gonna put in the recruiting station. It kind of seems to be our jam right now. I got a glitch out here. Why are we glitching out here? Gosh. Come on, you guys. Titus 4. Recently conquered. Recently promoted. And I think what we said was that this was just going to be a straight population world. Such a nice, new, fresh world. We're going to do all the terraforming. And we're building a little bit of housing. So essentially, we're going to get our population growing. Get that shipyard up. Get some extra housing to grow. And then we're going to terraform everything. Get it prepped. So that looks... Oh, actually, I remember we had wanted to build up our supply depot and our starport. No, we can't do the starport yet because we don't have a shipyard. Need a sponsor shipyard, so we'll get that. Interesting. It kind of sucks that this is in such a kludgy place. But listen, we can get the starport in, which would give us a bonus to manufacturing right now. And it looks like it's also fitting that +2 manufacturing into the... Oh, that's military improvement. Interesting. It doesn't look like we get any bonus to it. But for the time being, the starport is better than nothing. So let's get that yoinked all the way over to the side. That'll help improve the output on that manufacturing district, the planetary generator there. I don't know how we're going to squeeze the starport in exactly. It may sit here. It may sit here. we'll figure it out. We've got the +2 to all paradise. I guess that would feed very nicely. And actually, if the starport was here, it would benefit from the planetary generator. And, oh no, that's only if we built on it. I'm overthinking it. We'll get back to that later. And for the time being, Titus 4 has already a space elevator and an orbital research lab. You don't need an orbital research lab. Let's scrap that. Destroy that upgrade. Because it's not going to be a research planet ever. Let's get what in there? Let's get a recruiting station in there. Boom. Okay. And then these are just our smaller worlds here. Titus. Kind of messing up here with these smaller worlds. Now, interestingly, with our colony worlds, meaning not a core world, we're not growing pops, so you would not put that improvement on there. The recruiting station you could build around Artemis, it just isn't going to do you any good. What would help us? Gosh, it looks like we got darn near everything we want. We are generating wealth, influence, technology, maintenance, and what? Sensor range? That would be around Earth. It wouldn't be bad to have a boost to sensors around there. Farming, we don't really give a crud about. Planetary defense, we don't really give a crud about. We can't do some of these other ones. Oh, look, it specifically says you cannot build these around non-core worlds. So colonization centers, recruiting centers, prisons, it's not going to let you put those around a non-core world. Interestingly, it looks like pollution doesn't affect a colony, only core world. I guess because it relates to population growth, but not food production? Question. So yeah, let's do the sensor array. What the heck? These probably aren't so important. I've got a sensor array there around diesel, as well as... Yeah, we're doing essentially technology, mineral, and sensor. Let's jump to Kratos 3. We have wealth, cultural influence. Okay. And let's get that space elevator in there. Sure. We're out of Durantium. Let's jump in. We will pop off a couple Durantium. Kratos 5. We could get research around it. Orbital Research Center. Sure. Build it. Mars. We have an orbital market. And then how about a space elevator? Boom. I think that's all of it. I appreciate you guys sitting through there. But I just wanted to point out that the limiting factor on orbitals is usually credits and then secondarily Durantium. But by going around to all of those and building out your orbitals, oftentimes at this stage of the game, you're going to have 20, 30, 40 orbitals. When you add all that development up, if you're not paying attention to it, you're leaving a lot on the table. And of course, helping to tweak and specialize for the worlds you need. Do you need a little more influence in this sector of the galaxy? Do you need a little bit better sensor range because this is at the frontier where your enemies are going to be attacking you? All those things make sense. Now, granted, with sensor range, another useful way to get that is through your star bases. Your military, cultural stations, even your mining stations, you could put sensor arrays on them. So that's usually a better way to get sensor range built out, in my opinion. Event going on. This is a TAS Discovery Survey Report. Your flagship captain reports discovery of a mysterious cargo container floating in space. Some sort of self-replicating mass driver should be a valuable addition to your arsenal. Sure. We don't need credits. We will take it. It's a mass driver module. And we can add a +2 kinetic attack to any ship we want. Anywhere right now. Sure. I would say we definitely throw that on there. Our main war fleet, I almost feel like it would be a waste. I kind of would rather see it on one of our smaller flagships. Not like too small, but just like give them a little beefed up survivability here. The Stargazer. Yeah. Stargazer is a sort of tough ship. Let's give them some shot power. Let's make sure we can get that. Now, this is something I don't really quite understand. Check this out. How do I target the Stargazer? I want to think about this real quick. If I click on the hex I get the 3 ships. I can see, though, that the Stargazer is number 3 in the queue. So right now, the Prowler is sitting at slot 1. The Stargazer is sitting at slot 3. I would like this to go on the Stargazer. Can I rearrange the ships? I cannot. I cannot adjust them. What else could I do? I could go to the Fleet Manager. Go to Standby, Sentry. I'm just seeing if there's a way to directly access them. If I go into the Fleet Manager, I can sort them out. Now, I want to be cautious because I don't want to I don't want to mess up my surveying. And then, of course, we have this option here, this view of the fleet. When you click on your individual ships, you can see cool little extra modules and stuff like that. But it doesn't allow me to target them specifically. So what I want to do is let's just see what happens. Which ship is this going to go on to? We are looking at an 82 on the Prowler. No, it's not. It's not breaking that individually. What's the other way to look at it? Right here. This is going to be missiles. I see the Prowler is at a 4.8, and the Defender is at a 7.2. The Stargazer has no missiles. All right, let's try this out. I'm going to select the Stargazer, last thing we do. I'm going to click this, click in. I see the little effect cloud. Which ship did it target? Let's find out. This is what we do, folks. This is what we do. Shit, was that beam attack? That was beam attack. God dang it, I wasn't paying attention to which one it was. Okay, no problem. We can jump in here to ship details, fleet details. We jump in on her. Is it going to show me the individual pieces? The railgun. Right there. Was she picked up? God dang it. It was a railgun, not a missile. I'm sorry. I don't know why I was thinking missile. Crap. I totally messed that up. You guys can probably go in here. We'll just click across the 3 of them though, real quickly. Looks like no added on modules to this ship. The Stargazer has the hypersonic missile. I can't click on her directly. And the Prowler looks like it got the railgun. Yeah? Does that make sense? And when we click out of here and we mouse over again. But see, no, it's not a beam attack. Do you think they consider railgun a beam attack? Let's say a railgun would be a kinetic attack. Crap. Yeah. I think it went on the Prowler because she was the first ship in the queue. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. All right, we're going to continue on. Ship idle. This is just a small survey fleet. We will continue having them. Well, that's a heavily defended anomaly. I'm not going to mess with that. But here we go. Artifact. They're just going to keep running around, researching stuff. Ship idle. What do we got here? Another siege ship. All right. We will send them up to rendezvous with these other siege ships. Ship idle. We have a supply ship. Do any of the Alulas need help right now? Terraforming planet? Potentially. Gosh. Alula 3? Yeah. Let's crash them into there. Get that terraforming done a little bit quicker. Shipyard idle. This is around Earth. Gosh. I would like to see some more modules get done. I think we've got all the siege ships and troop transports we need. Probably all the warships we need. But let's get a couple of modules built out. And another shipyard idle. This is Alula 2. Let's have them build some more modules as well. We exhausted all of our modules gearing up for war here. This is a situation report, technology exchange. Our heroic explorers have come across a precursor artifact left behind by the so-called Arnor. We are not able to make sense of it. It was suggested to us that you might be able to figure it out. We are willing to let you look at it, provided you share what you discover with us. Accept the exchange, knowing it will benefit them more. So we'll get collectivism. They'll get plus 25 research. No. By accepting the technology, we gain 25 years research. However, they gain much more, and we get collectivism. Questionable. I don't really need collectivism. I like this. Your team will look at the artifact and suffer an acute case of butterfingers. -3 relations with the Festron for 20 months, plus 25 research and individual cultural awareness increases to 40. I want that. It's not that I'm trying to keep the research away from them or hurt our relationship with the Festron. However, getting that cultural awareness to 40 is going to help us buy out those 2 final egalitarian individualism slots. They're really expensive. They're coming in like 75 culture points a piece. And the final one, we're too busy for this. No, we're going to do it. And if we jump back down into culture, you could see our ideology discounts at 40% for individualism. And it was at 75, so it's shaved 1 off. Got both of them down to 74. Yeah, it's kind of mean. We're mean. We're mean jerkheads. What are you going to do? We're advancing the turn. Ship idle. Yeah, this is just the siege. We're going to rock them in, get them up and join in the siege up here. Join in the party, guys. It's going to be so much fun. More idle ships. Cruiser. Fantastic. Let's send them up to help protect that fleet. There we go. She's en route. That's interesting. It didn't really path that out for me. Oh, and the Torians are running for it. We're going to go hunt them down like dogs, and we're going to kill them. We're going to kill them. Here's Daimonic Armor Composite. Diamond, while very hard, is horrifically expensive. It's not industrial diamond. It's as cheap as sand, essentially, just about. And prone to fracturing. By establishing layered composites of diamond and conventional armor plating, we can produce a material that's both extraordinarily resilient and feasible to manufacture in volume. That is hilarious lack of understanding of diamond technology. Listen, jeweler's grade diamonds, meaning large homogeneous crystals without defects, inclusions, it can be rare. The bigger they are, like it's a distribution graph, right? It's like a natural Bezier curve? Is that what I'm thinking of, right? Where it's a natural distribution curve for anything alive. The larger the crystal that is, we'll say, perfect, it gets way out to the outlier. It's way out this way on the line, right? Extremely rare. It's like a super genius IQ among humans. It's going to be extremely 1 in a million, 1 in a billion. But just with inclusions, diamond, industrial diamond is super easy to make. It's super common. When you go to Home Depot or your local hardware store, you can find grinding wheels just on the wall that have industrial grade diamonds in them. It's just glued into a wheel that weighs a pound that you can buy for $9. It's dirt cheap. Those diamonds are as hard as diamond. They will just grind through rock, through steel, through anything. You can grind down your hardened drill bits with them. Hardened steel carbides will get ground down by that. Now, to be fair, if you were trying to come up with like a spray-on coating that was like molecularly uniform, where like each bit of carbon diamond, like a carbon layer, carbon fiber layer, is really almost what you're talking about at that point. Maybe that would be a really hard technology to do in any sort of thickness. Like, so it's like a millimeter thick coating of diamond. I could see that might be crazy. But ultimately, someday it's probably just going to be, you're just going to layer it out molecule by molecule, just like spray-on style. And it'll just, you build it up to whatever thickness, and you'll have a diamond coating that will be resistant to corrosion because almost nothing's going to work on it. It's incredibly hard. It's incredibly hard to scratch. Yeah, we'll get there someday. But it's a little bit laughable. Anyway, that's going to add a plus 10% to our armor rating. Sorry. If you're a sci-fi nerd making sci-fi games, I just feel like you should have at least a basic understanding of physics and chemistry. That's chemistry we're talking about, right? Properties of material based off the electrons. Yeah. Biomass resequencer. Do we want it? Plus 10% food? We don't. Xeno resource mining? Well, it doesn't look bad. That would increase all of our thulium mines and xanthium mines and harmony crystal mines. Well, I like that. We're still at war, though. So do we go with ion pulse cannons? The war never stops. Gosh. I would rather grab the Xeno resource mining. I think we have everything we need warfare-wise to win this out. Not so concerned about it anymore. Galactic Bazaar's got some new items down here. Yeah, we got everything we need. I don't think we need any of those for the time being. Anything we want to sell off? Gosh, we need more Durantium. I can tell you what. Sell a touch of this. Let's buy a touch of Durantium. I'm just trying to keep these at like reasonable levels for what we need. Buy up a bit more thulium. There you go. All right, that looks fine. I don't want to go too crazy. And we have some executive orders available. We don't need a colony ship. I guess we could pressure the scientists. Sure, we'll get that extra 50 research. And Core World Idle. This is Alula 3, where we are focusing on probably pop growth at this point, I would say. She's got a reasonable amount of manufacturing at 22, which lets her build out. Looks like we just recently finished some terraforming. Sure. I see there's a nice military spot, but we've already got our little trifecta down here for industrial, which is cool. Medical center. Yeah, let's work on growth. So this would slot in pretty nicely here. But hold on. Manufacturing, food. Yeah, let's get her in right there. So boom, and we also have the colonial center here to do additional improvements. We'll pop it in right there. And then maybe we build out some housing districts around that, and then we do a little bit of soil engineering there. Perfect. We'll leave that be for now. Done. Idle shipyard at Alula 3. Well, we've got quite a few people working on modules for the time being, so let's go back to just getting some additional supply ships done. We'll throw several of those in the queue just to help speed stuff. Icos shipyard is finished. We should probably have the Icos shipyard continue building our warships, because they get that massive 50% bonus to hit points, and they can build them so dang fast. I don't think anything else here is really as important as that. So yeah, let's just keep spitting out cruisers. Takes 1 thulium, 6 Illyrium. God, she builds them so fast. The cutter is a frigate, would just take 2 Illyrium. The Star Eagle would be a tiny fighter. Here's the bummer, though, is that you can't batch build fighters. I've heard a lot of people that complain about this. A lot of other players complain about this. Is that the one Prowler is probably worth 10 of these Star Eagles, right? Maybe 8 of them. But do you want to build 8 turns building up a bunch of fighters? It's like, no, you're just going to build your Prowlers. You're going to build your biggest ships. Yeah, we'll throw one in there, and then maybe we'll do a couple of supply ships. Because actually, these could help the Torian colonies to the north that we're starting to develop, right? These Titus colonies, those supply ships are very close physically. That makes sense. What else do we got? Idle shipyard at Alula. What do we want? Research mission? We could. Do we want to speed our research? We don't really need to. We could, though. Generate research by having your shipyards study the surrounding area. It burns the Promethean, takes 200 construction. It's not a bad thing. Yeah, let's just keep doing supply ships. All of our colonies are still developing out, so you can't have enough supply ships, ultimately. And I, in fact, see some supply ships that are idle. Medical center? Where are we at here? Planetary mainframe, terraforming modules. Yeah, let's get that medical center done. We have a cruiser just completed. Let's protect the shipyard. Again, I don't think we need a whole lot of ships for the warfare front here. Let's hunt down the Altarans. We're going to zoom in, and before we engage in the combat, we're going to take a couple of cheap shots with our beam volley. We got him down to 12 and a missile volley. Got him down to 11, and here we go. Full engagement. Light casualties for us, total loss for them. Ah, dang, I probably should have let us watch that just for fun. But we lost a ship. Hopefully not a flag. I don't think so. We got some heavy-duty cruisers. There's a flag still in. The Explorer survived that, as well as the Perseverance. We probably lost one frigate, if I had to take a guess. Otherwise, let's return this ship, this fleet down here to Toria. Again, we're going to use it to hunt for shipyards. And otherwise, let's start assembling. Do they have movement? Come on, get in there. We're going to start the invasion of Toria. Can we get another siege ship involved there? I think we can. That gives us quite a bit of siege capacity, and we're going to have them start the invasion. 4 months. We'll hit done. Good enough. We'll protect it with the Icos Fleet 7 there. And these other invasions should be done pretty shortly here. What do we got? Another supply ship? No, another siege ship. Christ. Pardon my language. We need to stop building to siege ships. We really don't need more of them. I'll just rendezvous them here. I know we've got a couple siege ships rendezvousing. Way more than we need. So let's jump into our shipyards real quick. Modules, supply ships, siege ships, Prowler. Prowler's fine. Let's knock off on these siege ships, though, folks. I mean, good grief. We'll let them finish that one, just since it's nearly done. And to back that up, we will throw in a supply ship. We'll get a couple supply ships going. Done. Ship idle? Where? Yeah, you're idle because you're just waiting. We will have them go into standby. We'll advance the turn. I see all of our fleets moving. Oh, wow. Did you just see the Torians just pushed their influence out towards us? Was I hallucinating that? Or did that just happen? How can they be exerting that much cultural influence despite the fact that their entire empire is crumbling? Xeno resource mining. Rock is never just rock. The subsurface layers of alien worlds have nearly as much variation as the life forms which roam their surfaces. We'll need to master these different subterranean conditions if we can hope to extract even a fraction of the resources available to us. Yeah, this is just improvements across all of our mining. It's taking them well beyond the second tier. I think they started at a 0.1, 0.2, 0.3. It might go to a 0.4, or it might just jump from 0.3 to 0.5. I'm not exactly sure. But yeah, these are big bonuses. I'm very excited. I see even like the manufacturing bonuses are jumping up on some of these gross income bonuses. So well worth it. Now the question is, I always have trouble remembering, does that automatically upgrade all those? I think it automatically does all that. We'll check like our Thulium moon, see how it's doing. Mining missions, no, never, no. I hate you. I wish there was a way to delete that technology from the game. We don't want biomass. We don't really want pulse cannons at this point. What else can we get into here, folks? Upgrade research? Sure. Trade packs? Yeah, I guess. It looks good. Political capital. Metadrox missile components? Oh, Metadrox missile components. That sounds awesome. Cultural assimilation. Let's go for cultural assimilation. Listen, that's the big one. Let's just bite off on that. We'll get it done. It's going to give us massive bonuses to our influence output. Shipyard idle. More supply ships. More supply ships. Yes, please. Hit done. I can see our module count is getting pretty high now. I'm excited about that. And the Kratos 1 shipyard, we took care of that. Final siege ship looks like it just got completed. We're going to send them in. So I believe at this point, everything is getting done that we need to do. There's no starbase out here, or shipyards. So I don't think the Torians have the ability to stop us. They can't get a shipyard made. Oh, there it is. Look, they just built that up. They're making a dolphin. However, we have Icos Fleet 7 ready to come in and smash the ever-loving fudge out of that thing without mercy. They're helpless. They're helpless to defend themselves. I'm really excited. Ship idle. Ooh, another cruiser. Oh man, look at those are those Iconia cruisers. The best cruisers in the galaxy, my friends. Let's have them rendezvous with this invasionary fleet. This is where we're sending all of our siege ships right now. They will need an escort, so that cruiser will become their escort. Awesome. An event's popping up. Where are we at on time? 45 minutes? Go a little past an hour. Survey report from the Stargazer. Last planetary cultural module lost. Your flagship captain reports the discovery of a mysterious cargo container floating in space. Upon opening it, the crew finds an ancient device that upon study appears to have a vast catalog of the cultural significance of every planet in the galaxy. Seen. This is a remarkable treasure. Unfortunately, the device is obviously very old and likely to only be able to be used once. It could be used to uncover the cultural value of any planet we choose. We want to store it, not sell it. Deciding to keep this module for your civilization, you store it in the vault. Its potential to shape the cultural identity of the entire planet could prove to be a valuable asset in the future. It will increase the base cultural significance of the planet you choose. Absolutely. Let's take a quick look. +3 cultural significance. That's a chunk. I almost think Icos would be a good choice, because Icos is so well situated between Torian space and the Xeno space over here. We don't have any planets in this Xeno sector where I would drop it in there. I mean, if we control the planet, I would drop it on one of these. But all we've got are a few stations harvesting stuff over here. So the other option would be to drop it onto Titus, but neither Titus world has a significant amount of influence. I see Titus 1 has a 12 influence, 11.7. Titus 4 has 29.2. It's not bad, but it's not a lot. And they're not particularly closer to this hyperspace link than Iconia is. If you look at the distance, roughly similar. Iconia is rocking 52.4. That's pretty good. I like that. Yeah, let's dump that on Iconia. Iconia is sitting at a +4 cultural input. So we will take the module, we'll drop it on there. We will click again, and you can see there, cultural influence has been bumped up to 7. That's going to give us big ups on cultural output from Iconia. Very nice, folks. Ship idle. Oh, fantastic. Look at the little Fire Thea Fleet 3 recently completed their surveys over here. I don't see any other artifacts or anomalies directly in this area. I see there are a couple here in Torian space, and I see there's a little Fire Thea fleet we could go take out. Yeah, let's go kill them. It will get experience for our fleet. So that would be the reason we'd go pick off these little space monsters. They are monsters. Don't doubt it for a second. We're going to soften them up with a missile volley, though. See if we can pick off some of the babies. Let's take out the little ones. They're helpless. If I jump in here, yeah, what do we have? Small Corvenosaur? Sure. Small and medium. An umbral whore. Oh, that one's actually starting to get pretty beefy. But yeah, we'll finish them all up. And they're outside of the range of our missile fleet. They are. Next turn, we'll try and jump in and kill those things. Again, it's giving us experience, thus letting us level up our ships. And once that's cleared out, we can hit some of these other anomalies in this section of space. Ship idle. This is the Icos fleet. Okay, they're just hanging there. Could they take on a heavily defended precursor anomaly? You know what I find interesting? Look at the hit points. That fortress has been attacked significantly. Is it 259 hit points or 380? Who would tangle with that? Who is out there flying their ship into this heavily defended precursor anomaly? The Torian? See, it sounds like something the Torians would do. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't mind grabbing that. Like, listen, we have flagships in this fleet. So theoretically, they could research the anomaly once the defensive part is done. Now, I have the fleet selected. Here, look there. That's interesting. It's not showing me here. Let's move them off of there. I think maybe it's confusing. No. Well, listen, we can see their offense is at 32, which is not very much. Their defense is 116. So we have the edge on everything. I say we go in. Let's zoom in. Or movements to nothing. Yeah, I'm going to take out the heavily defended precursor. We should start clearing them out in our area of space. I know there's one there, and there's one that's been lingering down here for a very long time, and there's another one down here. We're going to start picking those off. Our fleets are strong enough at this point for us to be able to do that. Ship idle. Who? Another prowler, right? Right where? Oh my gosh. This prowler. Okay. Really need them to do anything right now. Can they join in the attack fleet? Possibly not. Can I squeeze them in there? What's going on? What's going on here? No, I can't. I see it's too large to get that in there. Could I kick out the cutter here? Yeah, let's get this frigate out of here. So let's go to the fleet manager. Let's move the frigate out and squeeze the prowler in. That maxes out our logistics and gives us a lot more hit power. I like that. So that fleet will move to there. Oh, nope. Nope, don't do that. Nope. Oh, whoa, the Xenos came for us. No casualties. Yeah, let's watch the battle real quick. Those are the Chronovosaurs. Or as we call them, space monsters. They're hideous. Oh man, that Umbral Horror is awesome. It is actually pretty cool looking. One of the little ones is down. Gosh, this thing, is it? Oh, it's shooting some sort of beam weapon here at our defender. It's our smallest ship, only 14 HP. They didn't survive. We took no losses, and actually, they didn't even hit anything. I guess they're kind of unable to penetrate the armor or target us in any meaningful way, which is fine by me. That being said, now that that's taken care of, let's go research some more anomalies. Yeah, why not? Looks good. Looks good, folks. What do we got going on here? We got some movement on this guy yet? We do. We're going to fly them in. We're going to soften up the Dreadnought. She's down to 226, and I think we have a missile volley left. She was at 226. The missile volley takes her to 219, and at this point, we will attack. Anomaly is being defended. Should we engage him in battle? Yes. We don't get to see this fight. I don't know exactly why that is. And you can see that the flagships we had in there immediately start surveying. They're going to have that very valuable anomaly in 1 month. So, nice. This is going to be the fleet we're going to use then to go hit all these other anomalies. It seems to be powerful enough, and it's got the flagships in it. So that's going to be the plan. Our little frigate, we will just leave here to help defend the invasionary fleet. Toria will fall in 2 more months. Tolman just fell. And Titus 1 just fell. That's right. We're going to find out what happens when the Torian core world falls. Will the remaining colonies of Chara, of Pearl, and the Deep automatically flip to us? We're going to find out. But since we don't know, we're going to pre-position the Icos. Actually, let's just take the Icos fleet in, and we will have them start an invasion on the Deep. There's no sense in waiting around to see what happens. We'll let them get to it. And then otherwise, we're going to continue assembling this small invasionary fleet here. So that is a single defensive cruiser, 3 siege ships, and let's send them off. Actually, we'll send them to the Deep to start the invasion. And oh no, wait, you guys go invade, and then this fleet we will send off to Chara. And then obviously when Tora flips, we will have the Taurus Fleet 2 ready to invade Pearl if necessary. I don't think it will be. Once a civilization falls, all of their star bases wink out. You don't capture them, they're just gone. And so you'd have to redevelop that area of space. But you can see there's quite a bit out here that we will be able to go harvest. Antimatter there is not ours. We have quite a bit of Illyrium up here that the Torians are stealing from us, I dare say. Any other valuable resources? Touch of thulium. That's cool. I want that thulium deposit. And a little more AMAT right here. So yeah, there's a handful of stuff we're going to grab once we've fully displaced the Torians. Oh, and in fact, there's an additional pocket of Illyrium over here that they're harvesting. So that'll become ours as well. I'm very excited for that. Oh, and there's even more. Look at this. These Torian scum are stealing this Durantium from us. Well, that's going to become ours as well. I think so. Can this starbase... Oh, it's not in the range. Interesting. We should get a constructor over here. Is that Torian? No, that's Navigator right there. Which is fine. We are at peace with the Navigators again. If you recall, they sued for peace, which is awesome. Looks like the Festron are actually in the process of subsuming the Navigators. So it's probably going to be down to us, the Festron, and the Altarians here pretty shortly. But, yeah, I would love to get that Durantium. It's certainly rare enough. Oh, what is this? Treasure Hunters. We do have a flagship and a single cruiser hiding out in that starbase. So they can explore. As soon as we find peace with the Illyrians or we destroy them, that little flagship group could come out. But for the time being, they're going to hide out there. But yeah, I would love to get a constructor down here. I just don't know if we're going to be able to do it on time. All right, no big deal. Event popping up. Alula Borealis Planet Report. Abandoned device. We've come across an ancient terraforming device near Alula Borealis 1. Upon activating, it tells us that there was once a great war between the crafters and a powerful enemy. This device was left to help protect future civilizations from predation in the event they lost. It offers 3 options. Improve the world's biome. This will give us a bonus to pacifism and a +1 to farming. Boo, we don't like pacifism or farming. Used to produce raw minerals. +1 to progressivism, +1 to minerals. That's pretty nice. Or use it to fabricate rare resources. Egalitarianism and wealth. No, we want this one. We want the extra minerals and we want the progressivism. Very cool. Ship idle. TSA supply, where are you at? Right here? Okay. Advanced Snuggler Farm in 8. Planetary soil upgrade. Hollow Theater. Oh, this stuff's actually pretty expensive. Let's help with the Snuggler Farm. Right, there we go. Supply ship in. And we were going to check real quick on our Thulium moons, right? What were we doing with that? Yeah, not that particularly here. Geez, I want to scroll through real quick and see. I know I'm always kind of confused about this. These resources we harvest off the planetary surface. It's not the Durantium deposits. That's something the Yor get when they're being made up. Quick shuffle through here. What do we got? Crystallized Illyrium mine. That is the improved Illyrium mine. That is sitting at a 0.5. But why is it in red? Is it because it's queued up automatically? It is. Shit, did we do that? Did we do that? Shuffle that towards the front here. To me, that should take priority over some of this other pop stuff. What else we got here, folks? That's not a mining related thing. The Aurora Arboretum doesn't fall under like crystals and mine stuff, minerals. So we're not going to do that. What do we got here? Snuggler colony. We are improving that, but that wasn't related to that technology. I don't think we actually have a lot of the rare mineral resources they're talking about. Harmony crystal mine. So yeah, it's slotting them in. So it's not that you get it for free, but it does automatically put it into the queue because we didn't queue that up, right? It's there. Like we're harvesting those harmony crystals at 0.25, but the new That's weird. It's not improved yet. Yeah. I don't know, it's so not obvious, but just looking at it, I don't feel like I queued those up. I feel like it's automatically doing that. Any research here, right here? Silicate mine, that would fall under that. Oh, and it threw that in there at the end as well. Okay, very cool. But again, why are we waiting so long? I would want these to be prioritized to some degree because their rare mineral resources are quite valuable. Okay, we'll leave it there, folks. Another supply ship. Fantastic. Who needs help? Terraforming module, research district, colonial clinic. Let's jump over to our planets tab. Is anyone really struggling with production right now? Earth is sitting at 11 turns on that advanced arboretum. I don't know why Earth's manufacturing is so low right now. But let's help Earth out, though. That is a long time to get that done. Advanced Aurora's arboretum. And that should have put it down to what? I can't quite see it. 8 from 11? Yeah, that's not bad. What else we got? What else? Another supply ship? Sure, let's have them help Earth as well. And another supply ship? Perfect. And we wanted that to go help out at Titus. Okay, so we have some new colony worlds that may need leaders. Let's look at some of these colony worlds that we may want to promote to core worlds now. We've got the money to hire leaders, so let's jump into our governors. There's Titus, there's Ptolemy 4. So currently those are both acting as feeder worlds for the nearest core world. But these are good planets. Quality of 25 and 26 class, I should say. So yeah, let's promote them. I also see that Ptolemy 5 here will have precursor nanites. And Titus is a precursor elevator, space elevator. So that'll be a plus 50% of manufacturing. That's very nice. So yeah, let's see. Are there any really amazing leaders? I'm looking at social real quickly here. None of their socials that impressive. I don't want to pull our commanders out of those ships. These two both have very high social at 12 a pop. They might make excellent governors. Jump over into my ministers. My ministers are very specialized in the values they have. I don't really want to mess with either of them. So I see that none of the socialization here is significantly good. So yeah, let's rip out our diplomats. Let's gift her to get her loyalty up. Let's fire her from her job, fire him from his job, and we're going to slot these two into their jobs. Boom and boom. Those big 12 to social will really help nicely. Do we worry about diplomacy with these two for right now? Not really. Let it sit. If they want to go to war with us, they can. I don't care. But let's jump into Titus 1. A well-developed world. This is exciting, folks. We're going to want the shipyard promptly, but let's just take a look here. Wow, this wasn't one of our pre-existings. We just conquered this world. Yeah, there's our invasion fleet. This is fantastic. So, look, supply depot, planetary generator, starport, they already got it done. Surrounded by a stellar forge for even more military and manufacturing. Really nice building, as well as a surveillance center for crime. I don't want that. We don't need the maintenance. We don't care about the crime. I see it gives you a +1 to population, +1 to military, but I would rather something else be in that building slot. To me, that's not worth it. We're just going to destroy that improvement outright. What else do we have in here? Precursor elevator. Fantastic. We're not going to mess with that. It doesn't really do anything. It just reduces attrition. May not be necessary there, but I'm afraid we could damage that elevator if we were to... Yeah, we're not going to risk destroying that because it could take away the precursor elevator option, which also yields a +3 to pop cap, which is nice. Planetary mainframe, that's pretty boilerplate. Coordination beacon, fantastic. That yields a +1 per month. It's a civilization achievement, so we just took the Torians version of that, but we have our own. So that helps increase our control even further. There's the core world capital. Fantastic. Trade network, governor's manor, colonial clinic. Okay, those are all fine. Could we squeeze a medical center in around that core world capital? Yeah. I'm going to rip out that manufacturing there. We're going to put our shipyard in the queue first. We're going to have it done very shortly. And we're going to put the medical center right there to help reinforce these two pop buildings. After that, I see a lot of terraforming that needs to be done. I see their manufacturing's very well developed here. So we'll probably help promote manufacturing on this world. We can get this terraforming done, get more manufacturing. We could also improve general manufacturing down here. Let's do that next, right? Because that's going to boost all of these. So yeah, that looks like a good order of operations here. Let's start developing these bays, these harbors, we'll say. I would like to develop this area here a little bit more. Boom. Let's get that, and let's get... Gosh, I actually think because these buildings are so useful, we'll do that. That's really going to give a good shape to that continent. So I think that looks fantastic for the time being. I'm not going to look over their pops too much right now. I don't really care. But let's take this invasion fleet, and what are we going to do with it? Let's send it... Is that a military base? No. It's a mining base. Let's send it to go crack that mining base, potentially. We don't really need to, but really what I want is I want this fleet, an invasion / military fleet. It's not super powerful, but it's got enough. I would like to sit it right about here, just to keep an eye and police anything coming through our subspace gate. Yeah. So that's what they're going to do. And then we have one more planet to take a look at, which is Tolemon. How are we doing on time? We're just a little past an hour here. We were going to send this fleet on to Chara. Still not ready to move? No. Okay. Here's Tolemon. Okay. So anything really particularly fantastic? We've got the nanites here, which is nice. Surprised there's not a way to improve that. Nanites are so rare, though. I don't know that there's a lot of good ways. There must be technology that would get you more than a 0.1 out of that. We don't have it, obviously. So yeah, let's just take a quick look at what is here. I see a nice wealth, another good wealth, good research tile, a military tile adjacent to another military tile. So that kind of informs us right away of some of what we want to do. Check this out. I really wish that orbital precursor nanite gave an adjacency to like manufacturing. I feel like it should, but it doesn't. Kind of sucks. But yeah, let's get the shipyard built. We will then put the starport in here. That's a +1 to manufacturing. Yeah, it's I don't really like what they've done with this. I think we're going to have to heavily rearrange this. So let's start with the shipyard. And then we will put the starport here because that +3 military is the best spot. And we will develop this terraforming tile. And then we're going to reposition the planetary generator on our next playthrough once this gets ready. And we'll reposition the supply depot possibly. We'll get it sorted from there. I see that we have a core world capital. Nice. This planet's a little ways away from figuring out what to do with it. We're going to have to get all the terraforming complete. But right now our manufacturing is horrendous. It's too low to really do a proper build out. So it's going to take some thought here to get this developed correctly. Actually, I almost wonder if I should tear that out of there. Yeah, let's tear that out of there for now. Let's get the shipyard done, because without that we can't get the starport done, and then we'll reposition. It's not optimal, and I'm a little frustrated by that, but it is what it is. Ship idle. It's just our frigate. Yeah, let's see. Let's just have them repair. I guess they're damaged, so they'll sit there. Oh shit. Military starbase just taking a pot shot at us. Did we get that investigated? We didn't. We need to move these guys away and then survey. With any luck, we're out of range of that military starbase. I don't want to lose a ship. They're hitting the Prowler there. Yeah, I'm not sure what the range is. We'll see if they hit us, but that's what's going on. They keep interrupting that anomaly research by attacking us. And Toria is nearly done. One more month. Let's see if we can get there. Core world idle. This is Iconia. Fantastic. We don't need any of these wonderful prisons. We don't need population growth. We don't need approval. We need nothing. Let's get a quick manufacturing district, general manufacturing boost done. And what? Approval. Yeah, what the heck? We'll keep that. Influence growth. That's questionable. +3 influence growth. Yeah, whatever. We don't really need that. I don't like tearing up precursor relics because you can't rebuild them. So, whatever. We'll leave it for the time being. But yeah, let's throw a couple of manufacturing districts in through here. Yeah, we'll just kind of fill in. Just give them something to do. Keep busy for a while. Keep them out of our hair. Ship idle. Yeah, that's another supply ship. Who needs help? Advanced Snuggler Farm is dragging. Hollow Theater is dragging. Got all of these. Okay, well, let's hit that Hollow Theater. Ship idle. Another supply ship. We'll feed these into the planets that are closest for the time being. Just so that their flight time is reduced. Colonial Clinic, help right there. And you are helping out up here. Who needs help? Medical Center. Yeah, let's get Titus 1 a little bit of help. Titus 1 shipyard is done. Excellent. It's going to produce it very quickly. Let's get a whole bunch of supply ships into the queue there. So that shipyard will be able to make supply ships, which will feed to develop the 2 Titus planets. And can we get you going? There we go. You're en route. Take a couple quick pot shots at this mining station. And then we'll destroy it. Attack, quick battle. It's taken out. No problem. And we're going to go park you guys right there when the time comes. The invasion of the deep is starting. We'll hit done. So, yeah, we're flipping these little colonies even though we don't need to. The Torian regime have been destroyed. Understood. We did it. Invasion of the deep, 1 month remaining. We hit done. I don't think that needs to happen. Oh, it does. So look what just happened. They became pirates, essentially. Right? Unclaimed worlds. So we do need to flip them. Which is fine. We have the fleets to do it. So look, Ptolemy Fleet 4 is doing is flipping the deep. We're gonna take Taurus Fleet 2. They will invade Pearl. And finally, Icos Fleet 9 will invade Shara. Fantastic, folks. That's all the planets. This influence should flip over to us now that the Torians are gone. I would like to see what happens really quick. The Lula Borealis 2 is just sitting idle. That's fine. What are we doing with these guys? Let's get some population buildings going here. Oh, see, look, that's an improved precursor nanite. Right there. That's sitting at 0.3. So there are ways to improve the precursor nanites. But yeah, let's get the Colonial Clinic in. We're just going to pack them in around our capital right there. Approval sitting very high. Pollution's very low. No crime. yeah, that is fine for right now. We'll let them work on that. And we are going to want to promote Toria to a capital world. We're going to do that on our next playthrough. So, quick reminder to ourselves, we are going to flip the colony worlds into our control. The Deep Pearl and Chara, we have the fleets already set up to do it. We're going to assign Toria a governor and take a look at the world. It'll probably be highly developed because Toria was their capital world. We're going to watch as the influence zone of the Torians should collapse, and we should assume all of that very quickly. And then we need to start getting construction ships built and out to harvest all these unclaimed resources. You could see there's Illyrian pockets, Amats, Thuliums, over here now. These Illyriums, yeah, we need to look at expansion again. Maybe even making peace with the Altarans, so that we can get in here and start claiming like this Durantium safely, taking control of all that. So that's the plan. We're sitting pretty. We're also, by the way, just a quick reminder, it's 76% of prestige victory. So that's probably how we'll end up winning. But I think this massive flip to influence is going to greatly help us. Probably give us a lot more monthly income. We might want to start going after tourism as well. If you watched, thank you so much. Take care of yourself.